Hello there, it's Obi-Wan Kenobi, and page turners they were not, but this is the podcast you're looking for.
Hello, everyone. My name is Brennan Marr. That noise you're hearing is my ventilator, and welcome to Page Turners They Were Not, my Star Wars podcast. Okay, folks, tomorrow is the beginning of Star Wars Celebration Japan. Coincidentally happening on Easter weekend. And as much as I love Star Wars, I have to keep it in perspective that Easter comes first. As far as Star Wars is concerned, there is a lot of anticipation for this particular celebration. One of the biggest things for me is the possibility of announcing a new animated series. Now, in the last week, Lucasfilm has been busy dropping a few little announcements here and there about books and comics, and I have to admit I'm not as up to date on the announcements about books and comics. But as far as the animated side of Star Wars, they did announce Tales of the Underworld, which will continue the Tales of, which is a anthology series that they've done before. They've done Tales of the Jedi and Tales of the Empire, which, for those who have not seen them, are little. And they're the 6 episodes a season. They're really only one season kind of shows. Usually 6 episodes, 3 episodes dealing with one thing, and 3 episodes dealing with another. And I think, because I've seen both the previous series, that the Tales of series is doing a great job. Tales of the Underworld will tell some stories involving 2 favorite scoundrelly kind of characters in the Star Wars galaxy. And they are Asajj Ventress and Cad Bane. Now, if you haven't seen the Clone Wars, go see it, the series. But basically, these 2 characters have become extremely popular among the fans. And these characters are Cad Bane is evil. Asajj Ventress is complicated. So I'm interested to see where they go with that, but I'm surprised that they didn't wait till Celebration to announce it. But what I think it means, I don't know, but I think, is that they've got something else up their sleeves for Star Wars animation. Now, I believe it has been a year or 2 years, I can't remember, since The Bad Batch ended, which was the most recent long-running animated series. Um, so I think they've got one that they're going to announce. Now, because animated shows take so long, if they have a new series, I bet they've been working on it for a long time. In fact, it might even be ready to come out this year. Before too long. That's just a guess. I don't know. The animation panel is what I'm most excited for. And I got a good friend, Scotty Holiday, who feels the same way. Star Wars animation has been killing it. Has been some of the best Star Wars storytelling. Star Wars Rebels is my favorite Star Wars show, even above Andor. And speaking of Andor, Andor Season 2 premieres next Tuesday. They'll be releasing 3 episodes starting on Tuesday night at 6. Okay, I will be giving you my Andor reviews, but they will be coming out on Fridays because I'm going to need time to watch those Andor episodes. There is an Andor panel at Celebration, which I am not going to be following along because I don't want any hints about Season 2. Now, they released a lot of interviews, commercials, clips, a lot of stuff for Season 2 has already been kind of put out there. I'm trying to avoid it as much as I can because I want to go in and be completely surprised and just go in and be like, I don't know, but just to take the dive without knowing anything, really. I mean, for those of you who've seen Rogue One, you know how this ends. But nonetheless, I'm extremely excited for Andor. Speaking of Star Wars Rebels, I won't give it away if you haven't seen it. There is an episode in season 3 of Rebels called Secret Cargo. I'm not going to spoil it, but it will connect with Andor. I don't know how deeply the connection is going to go, but let's just say the events in that Rebels episode are extremely important. And I think Andor is going to take us to that moment. How much it's going to tie in, I have no idea. But regardless, it's going to be an exciting weekend. I will give you my thoughts on the announcements next week. And in the next little while, we're going to have some great guests on the show. And I'm very jealous of my friends who get to go. Let's just say Japan is way too hard for me to even get to. But nonetheless, I am hoping that everyone has a wonderful time. And My friend Scotty J. Rowe, who is, I gotta say, is one of the most awesome guys in this podcasting space. Last year, he did a fantastic audio essay. You can find it on YouTube on the importance of midichlorians. Ah, yes, the dreaded word. His essay was so deep, so interesting. It covered elements of science, philosophy, theology, magic, mythology, ecology, every other thing you can imagine. Brilliantly researched and, may I add, lots of citations of his sources. Scotty put together one of the most extraordinary things I have ever listened to. And many of you might remember about 2 months ago, I had Scotty on my show again. The second time he had been on this show. We had a discussion on this very topic on his panel that he is doing. So let me back up. So this audio essay was tremendous. Scotty was able to get time at the university stage at Star Wars Celebration to do a TED Talk style presentation of his essay. I am so sad that I cannot be there to support him. Apparently, it will be streamed on YouTube. But I had the great privilege of having Scotty on my show. And Scotty is a very, very good friend, I'll say. You actually discussed the topic in detail. So if you have the moment, go back into my library of uh, episodes and look for my discussion with Scotty J. Rowe about midichlorians. Let me just say, I believe that it was the greatest episode I've ever done. I honestly believe that. And I am so excited that Scotty gets to do this at Celebration. And Scotty has been on many, many other shows of friends of mine. The Nerd Academy with our friend Jared the Dark Jedi. Triad of the Force with our friend Goose. And many, and even with our good buddy Ken Knapsack to discuss this very topic, and it has been extraordinary. And I am so excited for Scotty. Anyhow, those are my sort of pre-thoughts on Celebration. Just to give you it's kind of the just early thoughts. And the next time you'll hear from me will be after Celebration to give you kind of a wrap up. And later down the line, I will be discussing Celebration with several friends. So look forward to that. It's going to be great. Anyhow, my name is Brendan Marr. That noisy hearing is my ventilator. Thank you for tuning in to Page Turners They Were Not, my Star Wars podcast. May the Force be with you.